Weather coverage you can count on.
Well, welcome back, everyone. If you're waking up early with us, you're waking up to this. Skies that are very, very dark, not only because, one, it's nighttime and we're starting to get closer and closer to the sunrise, but also because it's cloudy. Difficult to see on our live eyes, but I can assure you Mason City dealing with some of the cloud cover. The same can be said in Rochester. However, we can see some people definitely up this early, so good morning to all of you. Roadways are looking nice and clear, and this morning, not looking to be that bad. Storm Tracker 3 showing off the clouds that are moving through as we speak, trying to see if this is possibility for some rain. Doesn't look like it, though. Looks like one of those radar anomalies. Otherwise, we are dealing with just the cloud cover, and that is due in part to some activity coming in. So I've been following this low pressure system since it was developing over near the Four Corners area and has now begun to move up north. That being said, it's going to be bringing us some warmth, some moisture, not to mention the storms coming in tonight. I mentioned it before the break how we are under an enhanced risk, yes, for some severe weather development tonight. That is due in part to all of this moisture coming in and a couple cold fronts becoming one following through. So again, an enhanced risk, all of us here in this tan color indicating a 3 of 5 chance that we'll be seeing severe weather tonight, which is almost a guarantee for at least a few of us. Severe weather risks. Hail is going to be the biggest one. In fact, we are looking at the possibility for some very large hail, 2+ inches in diameter. But what's also worth noting, tornadoes sitting in a moderate risk alongside the damaging winds. As for the flood threat, that's going to be on the lower side. This is going to be a quick moving band, but very powerful. So let's talk about the tornado potential. All of us, or rather most of us here in this yellow hashed area, the hash sign means significant, which means that if tornadoes do develop, they have the higher chance to being an EF2 to EF5 in strength. We're looking at a 10% chance of that development, which is pretty high. So we've got our eyes all over this, and it's worth noting that this is coming in during the evening hours. So Sky Tracker 3 stays relatively clear until the clouds begin to build back in as we get into the afternoon. By around 7 p.m., we're starting to see some activity beginning to blossom, pop up. Things becoming a little bit heavier as we head later on into the night. This is around 8:30, 9 o'clock, extending to around 10, 11 o'clock. A lot of this activity will be moving out as we get closer into the overnight, and by 3 a.m., we're looking at some clearer skies. So this is going to be an evening event. That means the nighttime, it's going to be dark. It's imperative that you have some sort of device that can wake you up in the event of a tornado warning and or severe thunderstorm warning. Now let's talk about right now temperatures. Not too bad, already pretty warm actually, as a lot of us kicking things off in the 60s. Getting into the 80s ultimately for the majority of us. The further north you go, you are going to find a little cooler temps. However, 79 degrees is still above the average. For tonight, that's when the storms move through. After that, we get a bit of a cool down as we slip back into the 50s. And here's a look at the 7-day forecast where the weekend is always in view. Check out Wednesday's temperature. The cold front that's triggering these storms, bringing in some cooler temps. It's going to be near normal, believe it or not. It is going to feel a bit chilly, though, as we fall into the upper 60s. All right, Tyler and Ariel, back to you.
Thank you. It's the largest drop